Online yoga teacher trainings range from $11 to over $3,000. The difference between them isn't just price, it's whether you'll actually be ready to teach when you're done. Here's how to tell. I'm Sage Rountree. I've been training yoga teachers since 2011, and I've spent the last several years building my own online 200-hour program. That means I've studied the landscape. I know what's out there, I know what works, and I know what leaves people with a credential but not much else. Today, I'm going to help you figure out which is which. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear checklist for evaluating any online yoga teacher training, whether it's mine or someone else's. I'd rather you make the right choice than my choice. If you're exploring yoga teacher training and want to test drive what learning online actually feels like, I have a free mini course called Find Your Teaching Voice. It's a real taste of how I teach. It's actually Unit 2 out of my 200-hour curriculum. And there's no commitment, no credit card. It's free. The link is in the description. Let's start with the obvious question. How can one program cost $11 and another cost $3,500? The short answer, they are not the same product. At the low end, you're typically getting pre-recorded videos, sometimes decent ones, but no live interaction, no practice teaching oversight, no real feedback, and no mentorship. You watch, you maybe take a quiz, and you get a certificate. You've learned about yoga, but you haven't learned how to teach it. At the higher end, you're getting live instruction, a cohort of peers, opportunities to practice teach with real feedback, mentorship, and post-graduation support. You are learning the craft of teaching, not just the content. Neither is inherently wrong, they're just very different things. And the mistake people make is assuming a $50 program and a $3,000 program will prepare them equally. They won't. If you just want to deepen your personal practice and having a certificate is a nice bonus, the budget option might genuinely be fine. If you want to walk into a studio and confidently teach a room full of strangers, you need something more substantial. Be honest with yourself about which one you're actually looking for. That clarity will save you a lot of money or it will help you spend it wisely. Regardless of price, here's what I would look for in any online yoga teacher training worth your investment. Live interaction. This is the big one. Can you ask questions in real time? Does the lead trainer actually show up and teach, or are you watching recordings of someone who made this content 3 years ago and moved on? Live sessions are where the real learning happens, the nuance, the what-if questions, the moments where a teacher can read the room and adjust. If a program has zero live component, that's a yellow flag. Practice teaching with feedback. You cannot learn to teach yoga by watching videos about teaching yoga. You learn to teach by teaching. And by teaching badly at first, then less badly than teaching well. A good program creates structured opportunities for you to practice teach, to get honest and useful feedback, and to refine before you ever stand in front of a paying class. If the program doesn't require you to actually teach during the yoga teacher training, ask yourself, when exactly will you learn how? A clear methodology. What's the teaching framework? How will you learn to sequence a class? Every good program has a system, a way of thinking about how to build classes that works for whoever walks through the door. If the program's answer is, we'll teach you lots of poses and you will figure it out, that's not enough. Post-graduation support. What happens the day after you get your certificate? The best programs don't just train you and wave goodbye. They offer some form of continuing mentorship, community, or resources to help you through those first months of actual teaching, which, I'll be honest, are the hardest part. Yoga Alliance registration. This isn't technically required to teach yoga, but most studios and gyms expect it. Make sure the program is registered with Yoga Alliance as an RYS, Registered Yoga School, so your credential is recognized industry-wide. Here's a practical list. Before you hand anyone your money, get clear answers to these questions. Who is the lead trainer and are they actively teaching? Not just teaching teachers, teaching actual yoga classes to actual students. Someone who's still in the room every week is going to bring a different perspective than someone who stepped out of the classroom years ago. How many live hours are included? Yoga Alliance has minimum requirements for synchronous or live training. Make sure the program meets or exceeds those minimums. More live hours generally means more opportunity to learn in real time. What does the practice teaching component look like? How many times will you teach? How many hours will you teach during the program? Who gives you feedback? Is it peer only, or does the lead trainer observe and coach you directly? What is included in the tuition? Some programs charge extra for textbooks, materials, or access to recordings. Others bundle everything. Know what you're getting before you compare prices. What do graduates say? Not just the testimonials on the sales page, those are curated. Look for independent reviews. Check the School's Yoga Alliance profile for ratings. Ask in yoga teacher communities. And one more that people forget to ask: what's the refund or the deferral policy? Life happens, know the terms before you commit. Here are a few things that would make me pause. Complete your training in a weekend. Yoga Alliance requires a minimum number of training hours spread over a meaningful period. If someone is promising you a certification in 48 hours, the math doesn't work or the quality doesn't work. No live sessions required. Again, you need live interaction to learn a skill this complex. Fully asynchronous programs can teach you content, but they can't teach you to teach. Vague descriptions of the curriculum. If the sales page is all vibes and no specifics about what you will actually learn, be cautious. You should be able to see the module structure, the topics covered, and the methodology before you pay. Pressure tactics. Only 3 spots left. Price goes up at midnight. Good programs fill because they're good, not because they manufacture urgency. Take your time. The right training will still be there next week. I want to be transparent. I run an online 200-hour yoga teacher training, so I have a perspective here and I have a stake. I've tried to make this video useful no matter whose program you're considering, and I genuinely mean that. The yoga world needs well-trained teachers regardless of where they train. If you would like a full tour of my specific program, what's in it, what it costs, how it works, who it's for, I did an entire podcast episode on exactly that. It's also here on YouTube, and I'll link it in the description. It's episode 81 of Yoga Teacher Confidential, Inside the 200-Hour YTT, a guided tour of everything you need to know. That's the Here's What I Built and Why conversation. This video is the Here's How to Evaluate Any Program, including mine conversation. Please use both. Make the choice that's right for you. If you have already done a yoga teacher training, either online or in person, what do you wish you had known before you enrolled? And if you're still deciding, what's the biggest question you have? Drop it in the comments. If you want to experience what online yoga education feels like before committing to anything, start with Find Your Teaching Voice. It's my free mini course in the Zone, and it'll show you whether this format works for you. The link is in the description. And if you're ready to take the next step, my 200-hour yoga teacher training opens and closes across the year. Depending on when you're watching this and where we are in the cycle, you can either go ahead and submit your application for the next round or join the wait list so you're first to know when enrollment reopens. Link to that is in the description too. The next video in this series tackles a question that comes up once you're already certified. RYT 200 versus RYT 500, which do you actually need? If you're weighing whether more training is worth it, that one is for you. Subscribe now so you don't miss it.